Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we're live for Bournemouth against Manchester United. It's the smallest ground in the league. They only hold about 12,000. It's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. Look, interesting game for Friday night. Manchester United, Bournemouth. An opportunity for us to get 3 points and ahead of this international break really solidify the Champions League spots going into what's clearly going to be a very, very, very busy international break in relation to transfers. Tonight, Fabrizio Romano reporting that Man City are in advanced talks already with Elliot Anderson, which just shows that if you snooze, you lose. You've got to get into those deals. Harry Maguire and Mainu start. Unchanged team from Carrick again. What are your immediate thoughts on that? Because I just sort of feel that it's I feel bad for Sesko. I really do. I just don't. Does he just not like Sesko? Does he not rate Sesko? I mean, Mbeumo's not a striker. Cunha's not a winger. We have to play Cunha on the left wing because we haven't got Dorgu at the moment and we haven't bought a winger. But we don't have to play Mbeumo up front. And I think that it's a shame that Sesko's not starting. I really do think that he should be. Edo, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Look, it's personal preference, of course, but I just think Sesko, this is, you know, every time he plays, we seem to create chances for him to score. So, you know, look, it's not the end of the world. Carrick won at the weekend. He's got a very good win record. You can't really moan too much about it. But at some point, I would like to. I don't like Mbeumo up front. I've said it. I like Mbeumo on the wing, and Ahmad's not been playing particularly well lately. So it just feels a little bit, look, let me be blunt again. It feels a little bit harsh on Sesko that he keeps being benched for players that aren't playing well. So Ahmad's not playing well. And Mbeumo up front isn't playing well. Every time Sesko, and look, the reason people are talking about Carrick get the job is because of Sesko. If we're being completely honest, you think about all the goals Sesko scored, Fulham winner, Everton winner, West Ham equaliser. I just thought he would have been starting by now. And I think he should be starting. We spent £70 million on him. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But there we go. Sesko is a super sub since Ahmad is star boy. It's sad, says JBS. Look, every manager has their preferences. It's as simple as that. And I tell you what, it's sort of, in a way, it's a little bit irritating because it's actually impacted my my bet builder for today. So we are sponsored today, of course, for our match reaction by Boyle Sport. Sorry, match Watchalong. And I've got my bet builder, which hasn't. I've not had one come in yet. So I've got Man United to win, over 2.5 goals in the game, Sesko to score at any time, Bournemouth's Tavernier to have over 1.5 shots, Casemiro over 0.5 shots, Luke Shaw over 1.5 tackles, and Casemiro to be booked. All the sub swaps are there as well. So the way the sub swap works is that if I have Sesko to score at any time and he gets subbed off, then the sub scores. Obviously, Sesko's not bloody starting anyway. But if Casemiro gets doesn't get booked, but Agate comes on and gets booked, it still comes in. So that's how a sub swap works. So you can get involved with your own bet builder, and that's how it works. But a bet builder is where you combine a few things that you expect to happen in the game: yellow cards, player involvement, goals, etc. Like I've just done with mine. And on today's Bet Builder Boost with Ball Sports, you can get 50% of a boost. So if you place a Bet Builder on this match, you'll get 50%, yes, 50% Bet Builder boost onto your payslip. So your total odds will get boosted by 50%. Just make sure you select boost when you can pile your bet. So let me know what you're going to do. The link's in the description, or go through the QR code. Best of luck to you. And as always, 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are on the screen for that. But Sesko's not bloody starting, so I don't know whether I can get a change and have Mbeumo sub-swap for Sesko whenever that happens. Gabba says, I think it's because Ahmad works hard for the team. Well, I suppose you're probably right in the sense that Iriola said that himself, didn't he? That United do really work hard in relation to, you know, they don't concede many chances. How are we as United fans supposed to call City our rivals when they sign the best centre-back in the league and we give a 1+1 to 33-year-old Maguire, says Rajaf. Yeah, and they're going for the midfielder that we desperately need, and they got the winger that we wanted to get. M. Parker says, what is Sesko's ratio of goals starting versus sub? I'd say most of his goals are coming from off the bench because that's all he's bloody doing, isn't it? I mean, if he starts games, he might score goals. We have no games for 25 days after this. Please, United, play well and get us 3 points. Sesko over Ahmad is straightforward. Don't fail as United, says Ashish. Thanks very much for your super chat. Mark, Sesko has clearly been better as an impact sub, says Kyle. Oh, this is bullshit. I'm sorry, this is bullshit. I'm not going to sit and be nice. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's you, Kyle. This is fucking bullshit. He's better as a super sub. He's not better as a super sub. He just is a super sub because he keeps being benched all the fucking time. He's never going to be a starter if we don't start him. No, I'm not having any of this bollocks that, oh, shut up, Sesko's a bench player, he's just a super sub. He's not a bloody bench player. He's a 6'5" striker, of which we don't actually have. He's the only striker in the bloody squad. He should be playing up front. We should be whipping crosses into him. He's not. He's only doing stuff off the bench because he's always on the bloody bench. He should be starting. Of course, his stats from the bench are good because he's always on the bloody bench. That's how it works, isn't it? So, you know, that's my thoughts on the process. I mean, I'm not that, you know, stressed about it, but you know. Carrick is too one-dimensional. Heaven was a better shout today because Bournemouth play with Evan Nilsson and do not have aerial threat, says Niraj. Yes, Ahmad works hard but has not been playing too well, says Alan. Let's have a look at the Bournemouth lineup, actually, just while we can. Because they're unbeaten in the last 6 games, Bournemouth. They're actually doing very well at the moment. And this is how they're lining up. Petrovic in goal. Jimenez, very good player. Hill, Senesi, good player apparently. Truffert, a player I like. Christian Scott in the middle. Scott's been very, very good this season. Tavernier, been linked to United. Adley, Ryan and Evan Nilsson as their front 3. So good are their options that they've got people like Krupi and Brooks on their bench. So, you know, they do very well. No Tyler Adams, he's still injured, but you know, Bournemouth could be and should be competitive tonight. I still think we'll win, but you know, they'll raise a bit of a test. Just United's bench, by the way. Mason Mount does make the bench. Bienda, Fletcher, Fredrickson, Heaven, Malacia, Mount, Agate, Xerxes, Sesko. So not the greatest of benches, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I think Sesko is the standout player there. Mason Mount and Xerxes can offer something, but the rest of it's pretty much defensive, if we're being honest. But you know, give us your thoughts. Sesko on the bench is stupid. Carrick is Southgate in disguise. Always playing safe and boring. Man United for the win. Yeah, but you know what, Zubba? In fairness, it works, doesn't it? You keep it's very similar to Southgate in England, and it's probably not a surprise because we've got his coach. We've got Steve Holland as the coach, and what we do is exactly what England did for 6 years. You don't concede many goals, and you rely on the moments of better players like Harry Kane or Bruno Fernandes or Saka or Mbeumo or Cunha, someone like that. What does my head in, Mark? Sesko on the bench, we put crosses in, but when Sesko comes on, absolutely no crosses, says one and only. And Adam says, I'd like a manager who is prepared to make the difficult decisions and bench high-value players who aren't currently performing. That won't be Carrick, says Adam. Interestingly as well, I don't know what the story is with Mazraoui, but he's not on the bench. I seem to remember he was on there last time. No Shea Lacey on the bench either. Di says, this could be the type of game where our midfield gets overrun. Bournemouth are a really weird side. They do play quite open, which suits the way we want to play. So, in a way, Bournemouth are the right sort of team for us to play. Having said that, they are quite good at home. Mazraoui's ill. Mazraoui is ill. That's why he's not playing. Sam says Sesko starting will be disaster. Well, he's not starting. No, he's not starting. Bournemouth have drawn their last 4. Yeah, I mean, a draw might not be a terrible shout tonight, to be fair. Thanks to everyone who's tuning in this Friday night. I mean, I can't wait to be back in Europe. I cannot wait for Man United to be back in Europe. If it's not Monday night, it's Friday night. You know, it's all over the place. But this is the punishment for not getting European football. You're Man United, the most watched team in England, and they'll just use it. It's why it's so important to be in Europe, because you'll get absolutely battered. Elliot Anderson latest. The Elliot Anderson latest is that Manchester City are in advanced talks with Elliot Anderson's agents regarding his situation. And United and City are leading the race. I mean, what do you want me to say? We're about to watch a game of football where I just want to sit back and enjoy us winning. So, Christian says, love Sesko, Mbeumo the right call. Counter is on tonight. What? What are you talking about, Christian? You're talking like Sesko's bloody Peter Crouch. He's fast. Did you not see the goal against Everton? I'm not having any of that bollocks either. You're the second one tonight. Oh, we can't play Sesko because we want to counter quick. Did you not see the Everton goal? He's fast. Sesko can counter. This is just mythical rubbish. Melik says Sesko just needed time to get used to the league, and that's why he didn't score much at first, but now he absolutely deserves to be rewarded to start. And TJ says, how about dropping Delo, Ahmad right back, Sesko striker, and Mbeumo right wing? I like that. I like that, TJ. I like that. It won't happen, but I do like that. Who would be your perfect right back in the summer, says Red Devil? I mean, if Hakimi wants to come to Manchester United, that would be very nice. I don't think we're going to buy a right back, by the way. We won't buy a right back anyway. I mean, Livramento's decent at Newcastle, but I can't see us buying a right back. Louise O'Donoghue says, I still think we might have a chance at Elliot Anderson, as we might get Champions League football, and Pep might leave. And also, Jamie Zena, one of our members, says that if we win, we will only be 4 points behind City. Does anyone reckon we could finish second? I mean, we could. We could. What you sipping, says Reb. I've just poured myself a nice glass of Hawkstone Sessions lager. It's very nice. Sesko's lightning quick, says Parker. And hi, Mark. Had to get my cat, Bonnie, put to sleep earlier today because she had oral cancer. Absolutely gutted, says Brian Gray. That is really sad. Sorry, I was just checking through that, Bonnie and then oral. I was just thinking about, was it something to do with that, porn, what's her name, woman? But that sounds genuine, and that sounds very sad about your cat. It really does hurt when your animals get put down. I had a dog put down a couple of months ago, and, for the first couple of days, I was really sad. But, thoughts with you and your cat, your friends and your family who knew your cat. And you're in a good, safe place here. Watching United with this amazing community. Snoopy10 says, hi Mark, happy Friday. Let's get 3 points here and enjoy the weekend. Lovely to see people in the chat saying rest in peace, Bonnie. Lovely support in the chat as always. Casemiro replacement, Tchouaméni or Camavinga, says Vex. Why does it have to be a Real Madrid player? But if it was, I'd probably say Tchouaméni for me. Yeah, definitely. Sesko won't give you intensity if he starts. If when he starts, his pressure poor. Why is everybody failing to see that? If you don't want intensity, then he can start, intensity or not. You like the word intensity, don't you, Gravel? Look, I'll tell you what you can do with your intensity. You can go and shove it up your arse, because ultimately, I don't think Ahmad's played very well for a long time. And Mbeumo's better on the wing. We're putting square pegs into round holes again. So I would go Mbeumo on the right and Sesko up front. It's not just that, Sesko off the bench is decent. It's also the fact that we're benching a player to put a player out of position who's better on the wing. I almost feel sorry for, hopefully Mbeumo will score a hat-trick tonight, but I almost feel sorry for Mbeumo because he's not playing well up front either. He doesn't look, if even if he did score a hat-trick tonight, he's not a striker in my opinion. So I'd like to see Mbeumo on the right, and I would like to see Sesko up front. But it's not, it's not the end of the world. When was the last time we played on a Friday night, says Red Devil Yannick? I legitimately don't know. I don't think we've played. Is it our first one this season? I don't know. Shahin says, I've missed previous shows. Is top 5 still enough for Champions League, given how most Premier League teams in the Champions League got trashed? Well, the fact that Forest went through in the Europa League, Crystal Palace went through in the Conference League, Villa went through in the Europa League, Liverpool and Arsenal went through. We've still got 5 teams in Europe, and we did ridiculously well in the league stage. So, yeah, I think it'll be absolutely fine, to be honest with you. I hope you're doing well. Another assist incoming for Bruno today. I mean, Tom Norton, if Bruno doesn't get an assist tonight, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Oh, we played at 8 o'clock on a Friday on Boxing Day. Of course, Calvist. I mean, it didn't feel like it was a Friday. Interestingly, they're just profiling Alex Scott and Kobbie Mainoo here. I think a lot of people were saying that Scott has been better than Mainoo this season and should be in the England squad, and Mainoo's in there on reputation. He has been very good, Alex Scott, when I've seen him this season, but I haven't seen him enough to be honest and say I think he's better than Mainoo. So we'll have to wait and see. Brandon says that Luke Shaw and Delo are shit. Need Martinez and Dorgu back. Apparently some people saying United's winning streak are due to Shaw, Maguire and Mainoo, and now some are saying Sesko is a super sub, says Desiree. Yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. LTZ Psycho says don't rate Alex Scott, to be honest. Well, it's a chance to have a look at him. Jeffrey says Ireland. Let us know where you're watching from. Why haven't Bournemouth played new signing? Oh, come on. Stone Outdoor Adventure. I'm almost tempted to ban you for that terrible, terrible comment. Cyber Spider, hope you're well. Legend, been a member for 37 months. Make sure if you want to become a member and get your badge in the chat, you join the members club. Expect an injury to Shaw by the end of the game. Never mind next week. Now he's not in an England World Cup squad. No, I think he will keep fit because he'll be thinking about what if someone else gets injured? I could still go to the World Cup. So I don't think that will happen yet. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read those out for you as well. Just having a quick look to see if there are any comments coming in from the manager before the game. Let's have a quick look. What do we got? No, I can't. You sure? Ahmad on Carrick. I'm not interested in what Ahmad's got to say about Carrick. I'd be more interested in what Carrick's got to say. I'm surprised there's not any comments from Carrick tonight. Xerxes wants to leave Man United in the summer. Several Premier League clubs are interested, as well as Italian teams. I mean, I haven't got. That's more of a morning show conversation. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock, every night at 8 o'clock. I think that I'm not surprised, and I don't have a lot of sympathy because he probably should have left in January, and he was foolish to think he was going to get any game time. If he'd gone in January, he might have gone to the World Cup. Staying at Man United, he's hardly bloody played, and, he will leave in the summer. Shaw deserves international call-up. He's been great, says Reese. No, he hasn't. He's not better than Lewis Hall. He's not better than O'Reilly. It's a fact. End of conversation. Fire King, thanks very much for your super chat. Q1 Million says, do you think Bruno could become a legend in struggling teams? Maybe all this time he's actually really good. Well, who said he wasn't? Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. We'll meet Bruce Lee in heaven, says JBS. Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, Chuck Norris died today. I don't mean like if you're into like him, celebrities dying. I'm just saying somebody was asking me about this tonight. I legitimately have never watched a Chuck Norris film, and I didn't like Texas Ranger. So look, I respect the fact that he was a fantastic martial artist, but I genuinely didn't watch any of his films. Thank you very much, JBS. Mark, would you have Carrick for a season if it meant Enrique at the end of his contract, or permanent manager with less credibility than Enrique now? Mike, I'm not doing those hypotheticals because it makes it sound like it's okay to get Carrick. I think you've got to go and get the best in class, not wait for people. We should play 4-2-3-1 with Ahmad and Dorgu as attacking fullbacks, with Sesko up front, with Bruno, Cunha and Mbeumo behind, says Nick United. Thank you very much. Would you take Lewis Skelly as a left-back option, says Angling for More? I mean, I don't really want to buy Arsenal players, no. And not unless it's going to be Declan Rice. And Mr. Joe Mans with a super chat says, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm rooting for 3 points from Canada. There we go. And Travis Johnson says, Sesko should be starting. We need that focal point and shouldn't be playing counter-attacking football at Bournemouth. Yeah, but we've been playing counter-attacking football all season, if we're being completely honest, haven't we? So I don't think anybody can deny that our style of play is counter-attacking football, which I think should work very well today against a Bournemouth side that play quite open. You think about Everton, and you think about West Ham, low blocks. Bournemouth aren't a low block. So I think that this is stylistically, Bournemouth, Brighton, these are the sort of games that tend to work quite well for Manchester United. So hopefully we'll see a lot of breaks and opportunities for United on those breaks tonight, because it's a big opportunity to win a game of football ahead of an international break where we want to be out there buying players, and it's certainly easier to go and have those talks with Elliot Anderson that Man City are having over this international break, when you can say, look at the league table, we're going to be in the Champions League on a positive. Agus says, do you think Man United can win the Champions League next year? Do you think you can marry Margot Robbie next year? I don't think we can win the Champions League next year, no. Tonali or Bellingham, says John Campbell. Tonali. Are you happy Shaw's not in the England squad, says Fire King? I wouldn't say I'm happy. I think that's pretty vindictive and horrible. And, I'm not that. I don't have agendas in relation to personal feelings towards players. I just have agendas based on performance. And, Luke Shaw used to be one of my favourite players. I think what I would say is, and I haven't said this until now, so I'll say it. Luke Shaw got injured in the February and never played for Man United again, not even in the FA Cup final. And yet, incredibly, having not played for Man United since the February, he went to the Euros with England, injured. He played in the final and then came back for pre-season, got injured again and didn't play for Man United again till December. So he didn't play for Man United between the February and the December, but in the middle of that, somehow, miraculously, he went to an England Euros. This season, he's been fit all season and he's not been called up for the World Cup. I think there's a sense of, I don't know what the word is, but there's a sense of, I'm not going to lose any sleep over the fact that Luke Shaw's not in the England team. Because ultimately, I don't think he's that good anymore. But I wouldn't say I'm ecstatic about it, because you're laughing at other people's misfortune, and that would be very harsh. He just doesn't deserve to be in it. I think that's the way I would say it. He doesn't deserve to be in it because there's better left-backs than him. And following on from that, more importantly, talking about Man United, we need better left-backs than him because he's not actually good enough. Evening, Mark. But then again, tonight, he might roll the clock back. He might be Roberto Carlos tonight. He might be walking around. He might play like Tuchel, you're an idiot. But, YG United says, evening, Mark. Not starting Sesko is criminal. The kid's been patient, took all his chances and won us so many points. Are we trying to burn another striker? This is YG. 3 points tonight would look so great on the table. Listening from work, your lives are service for people like me, Mark, not just entertainment. Thank you very much, Flora, and thanks for being a member. Tuchel said it perfectly. Shaw and Trent were left out because he had more training camps with the others and he knows how they move on the grass, says Ashish. I didn't know he'd even had to comment about it. I didn't even know he'd left Trent out, actually, which is quite surprising, being a Real Madrid right back. I mean, I think that's more significant, isn't it? Leaving out Real Madrid's right back for England. Darren says, Mark, will you cry when Bournemouth beat you? Well, Bournemouth won't beat us, so there'll be no tears. Evening, Mark. I've done that one from YG. I'm a bit lost as to why you would like Nagelsmann. Didn't he fail at Chelsea? Night. I nearly fell over then. I actually, am I missing something? He didn't manage Chelsea, did he? I'm a bit lost as to why. Anyway, that's from Sav. If United win tonight, they're in the. Sorry, Dino says, if United win tonight, they're only 4 points behind Man City in second, and with City still having to play Chelsea and Arsenal, does it give you optimism to finish second end of season? Yeah, we've still got to play Chelsea and Liverpool, mate. So I don't really think second matters. Like, for us to finish second, Man City would need to realise they're not going to win the league, give up, and then we come second at the end. I mean, I'd rather finish second and be in a title race. I mean, look, second's better than third, but I mean, I don't think. It's not that I'm knocking second out. I'm just like, whether we finish second, third, fourth, or fifth, I don't think we learn a lot from this season. You know, I think we all know that wherever we finish this season, next season is going to be very different because we're going to play twice a week and we're going to have to buy players. Do you think United owners are happy with the revolving of doors of managers and achieving top four every few years, says Reb? I think Man United owners are happy as long as your money's rolling in and they can keep mugging everybody off to make money out of the football club. Do you think there is any connection between Amorim training the team more intensely and less injuries occurring, and now that we don't train as hard, we seem to be picking up more injuries, says Alec? I actually don't think there's any correlation to that because I don't think that the injuries have increased that much. But I think our intensity has dropped off a little bit. Hopefully we can play with some intensity tonight. Hi Mark and United stand. Hope you're well. Had a good day, mate, says Daniel Thompson. 5 places confirmed if 1 out of the 5 teams get draw or better, says VBA. Thank you very much for that. As a Slovenian, a double sucker punch. Sesko on the bench again and Anderson to City. Hope we win. Go on, lads, says Tim Hank. And Fried Gravel says, mark my words, Luke Shaw will get an injury now very soon because he didn't get the call up. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. I don't think he will, you know. I think he will try and... I think he would just try and stay fit. How long have we been doing these circles as well with Bruno doing a team talk? Have we always done it, or is it just I've never noticed it before? I get the feeling he has done that before. What's my prediction? I went 3-1 to Manchester United, just like Barry did. Me and Beth both said 3-1 Man United. So, yeah. Thanks for all your super chats tonight. Please do share the video. Friday Night Football here on the United Stand. Thanks to all the new members. Thanks for all the super chats that have come in. You can do that through the $sign. Make sure you subscribe. Some very big content coming up over this international break, and it looks like it's going to be very busy in relation to transfer talks and manager talks. So keep your eye on that. Just waiting for Bruno to kick it off here. Hopefully we can start well as well. Bournemouth do play with intensity. There's plenty of space out there. I think it suits the way we want to play football. I'm a little bit disappointed tonight, actually, that Man United are playing because we've got exclusive Bundesliga rights and Hoffenheim are playing Leipzig tonight, which is a top 5 clash. But obviously I'm always going to choose Man United, but it would have been a good game tonight. And it annoys me really because we actually do have the rights to it. But it is what it is. You can always get what you want. Our next game after this is in 3 weeks. Yes, Sebas, we know. Bournemouth manager looks like Dr. Octopus from the Spider-Man. Lee Galdart, that must be the comment of the evening. You're absolutely right, and I've never thought of it before. Put a pair of glasses on him and some pretend tentacles, and 100% he is... he does look like the... he does look like the Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man. Brilliant, well done. Dim says, who's winning the World Cup? England. Alec hates the camera angle. I was hoping no one would mention that because it just makes me think about it. Early corner for Bournemouth. I don't know that they've got a lot of height, Bournemouth. It's something I think we could, if we can get corners and free kicks again, watch out for Casemiro and Maguire, because I don't think they've got a hell of a lot of height in their team. And it's not a very good corner anyway. And United will clear it away. And there's going to be a break on here. Ahmad, Bruno. Into Delo. The New England red shirt looks nice. Have they released a new kit, have they? Who would suit our system better, Tonali or Anderson? Hopefully we'll win tonight. Andrew, I think I could imagine Elliot Anderson and Tonali in a Man United shirt. But if I'm watching United here and I can drop either player into this team, I think Tonali in that midfield would be a game changer. I'm drinking Hawkstone Sessions, Liam. It's very nice. Lots of people talking about the camera angle. I mean, Scott's an interesting player, number 8, anyway. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't appear to be a player that's on United's radar, but I think he will be a player leaving Bournemouth at some point in the next 2 years. Why's Delo got to go? What's he done? Delo's getting trouble already. George says, please adopt me. Hello?
No.
No, how did football go?
Good.
Mummy said you was in goal all the time.
Not all the time. It was just when she was there I was in goal.
Still 0-0.
Yeah.
See you in the morning then. You going to watch a bit of it?
Yeah, I will.
No.
No.
See you in a bit.
Okay.
Love you. I was going to say something about goalkeepers, but we all need one. George Ellis says, please adopt me. And it's nearly 1-0 to Manchester United. And Bournemouth on the attack, and they shoot wide as well. People are really going in on Delo here. Is Delo playing in the midfield to start, says Brian. Look at the lack of pace of Luke Shaw there. He's running like he shit himself. Look at Luke Shaw here. He's got no pace at all. It's like he's running through quicksand, exactly. If Bournemouth get to run at our back four, we'll have problems. Although I think it's going to be quite an open game. Is Delo playing in the midfield to start? I'm trying to figure that. No, he's definitely playing right back. Truffett's a player to keep an eye on as well. I mean, I think Anthony Robinson might be a little bit old. Lewis Hall's going to be very expensive, whereas Truffett, under 25 and a lot cheaper. Is it just me or is the camera angle terrible? I don't mind it, but it is a stadium that is tiny. So the Bournemouth ground only holds 12,000. So they probably don't even have a second tier to have a higher angle for the camera. That's what I would think. You can't always get what you want. I agree with Adrian. I think it'll be quite an open game, and that tends to suit United. Although Bournemouth's record at home is very good. I don't know why. Dean says, I wouldn't put Shaw in the Irish team. He'd definitely start for Ireland, mate. Don't tell him that. He'll try it, man. It won't work. He's got too many caps for England. Leipzig are already 3-0 up. You having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? Oh, don't tell me that. I've had a couple of 0-0s doing those Friday night games. They are 3-0 up after 37 minutes. Gruder, Bumgartner and Bumgartner. Oh, we'd have been having a bloody goal fest there. Very open game here, though. Thanks for all your super chats. We've got more people in this live stream than we have in the studio. Oh, yeah, we have. 100%. We've got 25,000 people here. There'll be 12. Maybe, I think it's 11.5 in there. I mean, that's incredible, actually. We've got more than double the amount of people in our live stream than is at that game. Matt can't get Dr. Octopus out of my head. Good attack here by United. Got a bit of an overload on the left-hand side. Luke Shaw's now decided he wants to start overlapping. He was running there, but Cunha didn't know he was there because he's not used to it, so he tried the cross himself. Annin says, Mark, enjoy your work. I'm tuning in at work. Thanks, pal. England win World Cup or United win the Champions League, says Finn. What's this Champions League bollocks? We're not winning the Champions League. We're not even in it yet. Nice little stadium, good atmosphere, says Eddie Mack. Well, they do very well with it. They do. They do very well with it. How are we ever going to play a high line with Shaw and Maguire at the back? I'm sorry, why aren't more people questioning Ineos's decisions? Terrible planning, says Mario. Yeah, of course, this is hot on the heels that Man United have extended Harry Maguire's contract. 33 years of age, and a +1. It is quite interesting because we don't play... I mean, Maguire in Amrim's system did work quite well. Nice play by Bruno into Cunha. Into Shaw. Will he cross it? Will he fuck? He ain't crossing it, is he? He ain't going to cross it. Oh my God, what a shit pass. Fucking hell, Shaw, wake up. It's end-to-end stuff already. 2 open at the back, says Constantine. Yeah, but I think that suits us. I think it suits us playing open football. Shaw would get more pelters playing for Ireland than England and Mourinho combined. I'll stick with Liam Scales, thanks, says Peter. Hope you're doing well, Peter. Do you feel for Shaw not being called up, says Dial? No. Go on, Cunha. Ooh, got a good shot. Now, this is where we can cause problems, corner, because they're not very good in the air. Can you wish my friend Aaron a happy birthday and call him a prat, please, says Jag. Happy birthday, you prat, Aaron. That was good play by Cunha. So, set piece. Corner FC, here we go. Watch out for Casemiro and Maguire. Bruno assist. We're crowding the goalkeeper here. Oh, don't be like that. Oh, Bruno, did he miss-hit that, or do you think he did it on purpose? Saying Champions League hypothetically for next year, says Finnegan. Yeah, but we're not going to win the Champions League next year. So this is where some United fans get ahead of themselves. I can't predict what we're going to do next year until we see what we do in the summer, because if we don't buy decent players in the summer, I think we'll struggle next year. Espen says cheers with a super chat. Thank you very much. This will be a very interesting game. Again, I think it's going to come down to who scores first. If we can score first, I think we can rely on our defence. If they score first, I think it makes it tough for us. Hugh says, so nice not to hear boring Gary's voice. Who is the commentators on Sky tonight? Lots of people talking about Chuck Norris. Will Ricky be on the match reaction tonight? I don't know who's on the match reaction tonight, actually. Good play by Mainu. Throw in. Do you think Bruno playing in the 8 has bettered his play in the number 10, says LPJ? No. Blunt answer, but he was already a very good number 10. I don't think he's learnt anything from playing as a number 8. Can we please just get a left back who can cross the ball? Sure is awful, says having a laugh. Clock's off. It's absolutely bang on with what I'm watching, which is the whole point. Having a laugh has gifted a membership. You're a legend, sir. Thank you very much. He has L01. Welcome to the members club. Thanks for supporting the channel and getting your badge in. Thank you. Also, just looking in the chat. A few people talk about Shaw now. They've moved on from Delo. Cunha. Into Delo. Into Bruno. This is a fluid break. It's Ahmad, come on. Gives it into Delo. We look a little bit uncertain here. Just sort of gone back. We've gone backwards here. Oh, fucking hell. All the way back to the halfway line from a good break. AMG says, no call-up for Luke Shaw means don't be surprised if he goes down tonight, everyone. Cunha, into the box. Tell you what, Cunha's looking lively. I think we're starting to get on top here. I think we're definitely starting to get on top. 4-0 to Leipzig, says Robert McCormack. Fucking hell. It's going to be the big, highest scoring Friday night, and I'm not watching it. Bruno, decent shot. Oh, and Burma was following in, but the keeper got up. The Moose one says, it feels like the whole Man United organisation went to the 12-step programmes from alcoholics last off-season. Look how we sobered up this season. Joke, says the Moose one. I think that was a bit of a private joke. I don't really get what you're talking about, but maybe somebody did. Thank you, pal. Cunha's going to score, says this. And have you seen the shambolic World Cup stadium here in Toronto? It's embarrassing. I haven't, James. I haven't. How's the match going? I think United, I think for the last 5 or 10 minutes, we've actually been the better team. Bournemouth haven't really done anything. I mean, Luke Shaw there. I don't know what. He's had a really bad start, Luke Shaw. I mean, he's just letting a ball bounce there, and Evan Nilsson comes in, and we concede a throw-in. Oh, not a long throw. Oh, they're one of them. Boo! They're a long throw team. Look at how long he's taking. How long? We've already had 20 seconds. Now he's drying it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We need a bloody time limit. This is a boo. Get rid of it, Harry. That's it. That's what you get for your long throws. Now counter them. If we score from this, it'll be justice. Pass first time, Delo. Bruno gets the shot off. Corner. That was a good counter. I think we're going to win this really easy. Bournemouth look shit. Good evening, Mark. Don't know about you, but I don't like this camera angle, says Sweet Sour. Seems too low to the pitch. Yeah, it is low to the pitch because it's a tiny ground. They haven't got 2 tiers at all. So the camera is literally as high as it can go. Adam Long, thank you very much for your super chat as well. Oh, corner. Oh, I tell you what, that was going to go right on Maguire's head, but a Bournemouth player headed it away first. Do you think Cunha could play 8 or more deep? No, Shauna. No, I don't. Shahin says England call-up has got into his head. All Shaw cares about, unfortunately. And Lee Galdot says, shout out to my sister Beth. Been unwell today, but most definitely watching along with you now. Get well soon, Beth. Yep, get well soon to Beth. Hope you're feeling better soon. Show me time says Luke Shaw's running with a full diaper and lead in his boots. I don't think Mbeumo is Sesko for next year, says JBS. Look, we're definitely the better team here. It feels, I mean, I don't want to tempt fate, but it feels like it's only a matter of time before we score. And Bournemouth are an in-form team at the moment. They've been playing very well, so. Well done, Le Mans. Not the easiest of ball to deal with. Well cleared by Yoro. One of Bournemouth stands is on rented land, so you can't serve alcohol in that stand, says Joe. Thank you very much, Joe. Just a reminder that we're in the early stages of the game. Anything can happen, but checking in on our bet builder for the game tonight. Remember, my bet builder is Man United to win, over 2.5 goals in the game, Sesko to score at any time, Tavernier to have over 1.5 shots, Casemiro over 0.5 shots, Luke Shaw over 1.5 tackles, and Casemiro to be booked. So that's my bet builder. And if you're new to Ball Sports, there's a bet £10, get £40 in free bets offer available. Details are in the description and via the QR code on screen. 18 plus, UK and Ireland only. Please bet responsibly. Terms and conditions are are on screen. Thank you very much. Don't know what Bournemouth are moaning about here, but I think it's a corner to United. Mainu looking good. England call-up has been good for him, says Louise. It is a corner to United. Hold on. Let's see what happens here. We've had 3 already, and we don't normally not get a chance off any of them. Right into the back post. Keeper does well. And Maguire volleys it. Bruno gets hold of it. Lays it off. Cunha's got to be worth a shot. Headed away. And it'll go for a throw-in. Cunha is getting no support on the left. Short is shit, says Adam. How much weight is the bad camera angle putting on Shaw, says Jim. And Robinson14711 says, what are your thoughts on the new Rooney versus Neymar debate? I mean, Rooney's better than Neymar. I mean, I haven't really got involved in it, but... Oh, no, we're doing long throws now. Carrick, that hasn't been happening. He's not been doing long throw-ins, Carrick. I'm not happy about that. Why have we gone back to fucking Delo on the left wing doing long throw-ins? I'm booing that. He hasn't been doing that. I don't like that. Sorry. I take the piss out of everybody who does that, and I don't want us doing it. I said it about Amrim. I'll say it about Carrick as well. Good shot. Good save, Le Mans. It's not 10-0 to Leipzig. It was a bit weird, actually, because we haven't seen him doing that. That was a good save by Le Mans, that. Difficult save. I think he's not happy with himself because it's a long shot, but low, hard, going towards the bottom corner, bouncing in front of him. I think he's done well there. Frederick says, why over 2.5 goals and not just over 2 goals? It's just how it works, Frederick. Can you change your bet builder to no crosses from Luke Shaw, says one and only. Yeah, I could have done that. Corner Bournemouth. Headed away Maguire. That's what he's there for. And Le Mans will pick up that. Lovely message in the chat from Zeth. He says, I got married today. My girlfriend since 92 and mother of my 3 kids. Let's get a win today. Well, congratulations to you and your wife. Nice ball by Bournemouth into the channel. Whips it in. Push in the back. Evan Nilsson. Referee's not going to give that. Looked a bit soft to me. Ooh, and another... The crosses are good from Bournemouth there. Just goes wide. Yeah, cross came in. I mean, that would have been a very soft penalty. I mean, yeah, it would have, I don't think that's a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty. No, you're the legend, Mark. Looking forward to you. Looking forward to the day you hang up your mic. I'll have to go back to listening to Sky Sports pundits. Not looking forward, sorry. I was going to say. My ball IQ will drop. Thank you, Cyber Spider, and thanks for your super chat. Someone in the chat just said, don't get married. Delo's getting pelters now. He's going to do another long throw, look. Oh, fuck off with these long throws. I'm not happy about this. I absolutely fucking despise them. I mean, look, I know if we score from them, it's a positive, but I just don't want to watch my football team chucking long throw-ins towards big players, hoping it deflects off someone's arse. I don't know why it's back. Ahmad's good block. Another corner. Well, I don't mind us scoring from a corner. Well done, Truffert. Keep up the good work, Mark. Come on, United. Let's win this game. Don't see why we're not looking to replace Shaw. He's not good enough, says Actually. Midfield and wings backs need to be signed in the summer. The fact it's still Delo and Shaw starting is a disgrace, says Mr. Adugpa. Yeah, Sujai, I don't really care. So, sorry, I'm going to move on from that. Could Esposito be a good signing for Man United, says Davids? Don't really know much about him, to be honest. Corner. Let's get it in the back of the net. Bruno, corner number 4. Oh. I'm very surprised we've had 4 corners and we haven't had a shot on goal yet. We need to get this goal. We're definitely on top here. I think Truffert has looked good for Bournemouth. When we'll be able to bet on long throws on Boyle, says Biz. And would you ever think of doing a Man United's women's game, says Beth. No, because I just wouldn't really know much about it. Not been that impressed with Bournemouth, to be honest. And look, Bournemouth have conceded more goals than anybody from set pieces this season. They've just put up a stat there on Sky. Cunha, come on. I think he should have slipped that into Mbermo. I think Mbermo had the run on the centre-back there. Don't know why he went to Bruno. Get rid of Shaw and Delos, says Andrew. We should be winning this game. We should. I know we've only had 26 minutes, but they are very open. I mean, this is like Christmas Day to Man United. We love teams that play open like this, that you can counter on quick. JBS says swap Truffert for Luke Shaw. Delo, have a shot. Oh, that's my fault. That's my fault. Blame me. That I actually did say have a shot. That I said have a shot. I apologise. I apologise. I will never say that again. Fucking hell. That. I don't know. You're never going to get that ball back. God knows where it will land. Casemiro booked. That is on my bet builder, actually. I'm not happy about it, but it is there. Yeah, to be fair to Casemiro, he hasn't actually been booked for a long time. I'm never going to say Delo shoot again. Sorry. Having a laugh, thanks for gifting a membership. You're a great legend. Sean KB says, used to be only 3 teams did long throws back in the day, and Stoke were one of them because they had Crouch. Any word on Dorgu's return, says Having a laugh. I think he should be back. I think he'll be back for like the Chelsea game. Well, no, might be back for the Leeds game, considering it's 3 weeks. Maguire will win that header. Casemiro on a yellow card then, so just need to be a little bit careful about the break. Le Mans is the most underrated signing of the season. I would love to see Nathaniel Brown as Luke Shaw's replacement, says Joel. I mean, he is on the list. It's just whether we buy a left back or not. McRae said that Le Mans is the most underrated signing in the last 12 years. What about Bruno? Stig wants to just get rid of Bruno of Delo. Delo's shot almost caused World War III, says C4. Well, my only concern in this game is that Bournemouth haven't started very well. I don't even think that was a handball, was it? Fair play by the ref. Glory, glory from Riverside, California, Mark. Delo's ball just landed in my yard. Am I okay to keep it? You go for your life, Rich. Carl Brown says, Mark, Delo must do something in training we've never seen. He is terrible. Ronan says, Casemiro actually got booked in the last game. Did he? Finnegan says, Legend says that ball is still in the air. It just collided with Chris Waddle's penalty from the 1990 World Cup. Just get Sesko on. That's a lovely ball into Bruno. Oh, surprised they didn't control that. If we could only replace one of Shaw or Delo in the summer, which do you think is more important to upgrade? I think because of Luke Shaw's lack of pace and age, I'd have to say replace Shaw. Rupel says, anybody saying take Luke and Deloche off, who are you going to bring them on for? Great point. There's no one on the bench. Cryptic says, someone's ball just came through my kitchen window. At least we can have a laugh. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, by the way. You can do that through the $sign. And please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner to do that. United should be, we're only 100 away from 259,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe. United actually, because we're playing against a team that plays so much space, we've actually done all right so far. I think Bournemouth have been quite poor. In my mind. But it's still 0-0 after half an hour. Truffert. He looks decent, that Truffert. I don't know whether United are looking at buying him or not, but I like him. Always feels bad to just go and take all their players, but well, we don't take Bournemouth players. Have we ever signed a Bournemouth player? I feel like we haven't signed a Bournemouth player. Yoro and Maguire looking steady at the back, yeah. I'm just looking at the chat because I was expecting someone to say, how did you forget that we didn't sign such and such from Bournemouth? But I don't think we have bought anyone from Bournemouth, have we? Loved you in the team, not Ricky, though, says Inbred. Leave Ricky alone. If no new left back, then Dorgu for #1 left back next season, says Jacob. I like Dorgu higher up the pitch. Diego says, please don't yell shoot again as I'm about to take a shot, Mark. Just you put me off. That's why the ball landed on Mars, says Diego de Throw. Either or, Malacia at left back or Angry Wife, says Tuj. Okay. Ted says, 5-star weak foot, Hickey, Scott International, 23 Premier League experience. And Daniel Thompson says, update on Delo's shot, currently en route to Mars. Another long... I mean, look, I hate the long throw-ins from us. Bournemouth are doing it as well. Well, that's a mistake by Truffert. Ahmad does well. We've got a lovely break here. Just slip it into Ahmad and he scores. Oh, my God. What a terrible fucking... Just control it with your right foot. He's in there. Bruno with the cross, headed away. I mean, I don't know what Ahmad's doing there. He's in, and he tries to control it with his left. Lovely feet by Cunha, Casemiro, Bruno, good block. Lovely play by Mainu. Casemiro, Ahmad into Delo. What the fuck? What a save. Bruno can't believe it. It's not gone over the line. Bruno thought it had gone over the line. Lovely bit of play. I thought it was a crap cross by Delo, but actually it was a decent cross. Now it's Bournemouth on the attack and a corner. Yeah, it was a good save by Petrovic, I've got to say. This is lovely play by Ahmad into Delo, and Delo's cross is actually decent. And I think Bruno thinks he's scored. Very good save, nowhere near the line. Oh, Cunha couldn't believe he didn't get the pass from Delo. That's a very good save. Very good save. Logic says ball landed at Area 51. USA government said so. What happened to Delit? Any updates? Is Vibra, or are we still waiting till after the international break? Well, I think this season might be over. That's what they were saying. Corner to Bournemouth. Headed away. Good shot. Straight at the keeper. This is boring. I want to see Sesko, says Cullen. And if no new left back, then Dorgu. Thank you very much. Vlad, welcome to the members club. Thanks for getting your badge in. And what has happened to Ahmad? That touch hurt my eyes, says Marlowe. Maybe a lack of confidence. I was quite surprised he didn't just... he tried to control it with his left as the ball was coming across him. And, you know, that was the problem, really, because if he'd controlled it with his right, he could have been onto his left. Either or, Dennis Irwin or Luke Shaw, says Nick. Are you having a fucking laugh? Dennis Irwin's just left the room. He's insulted. Dennis Irwin's our best Premier League left back ever. I swear Ahmad needs to wake up. The guy could have had a hat-trick this half if he was a bit sharper, says Azor. Just lacking a bit of confidence, isn't he? United signed Russell Beardsmore from Bournemouth. Yeah, but that's a lot. That was pre-Premier League era, GB. Evan Nilsson. Well done, Yoro. Read that well. Brings it out. And a lovely little ball into Bruno. Get the ball to Cunha. Irwin was better than Evra. I mean, Evra was good, but Irwin was better than Evra. Jason Marsh says, Mark, my missus said she wants to try Greece. Hold on a minute. That's going to go out for a goal. Oh, no. Luke Shaw again. Corner. Jason Marsh with a super chat says, Mark, my missus said she wants to try Greece on our 30th anniversary. I said, let's stick to Vaseline. JBS says, Ahmad is terrible on that, but he is good overall. And Beth Hill says, fun fact, Alex Scott is Man United's women's captain's brother-in-law. That is an interesting fact, Beth. Thanks for sharing it. Bournemouth have had a few corners, but I think they look completely lost, to be honest. I don't think they even want to put crosses in at the moment because of Maguire. It's our throw-in as well. Delo's shot has just set off Israel's Iron Dome missile defence, says Keith. And I've heard Bastoni's available for 40 million, says Mitesh. Well, we won't be doing that, will we? Because we've got Harry Maguire staying for another year. You know what? This has actually been a good half from United. Dino says, you missed my £10 super chat. Breaking news. Dino, thanks very much. Looks like it was cleared off the line, says Constantine. Dino says, I remember when United used to... And they've given a free kick here. Dino found it. He said, I remember when United used to be one of the most feared teams in Europe under Sir Alex, and Old Trafford was a stadium where European teams feared playing. Do you think it will ever get back to that? I hope so, Dino. I hope so. You never know. Look, I didn't think I'd see Liverpool win a Premier League title in my lifetime a few years ago. And they've had two, haven't they? So things can turn around very quickly. Cal says, Mainu's been a 7 out of 10 for me. I think he's played well, Mainu, today, actually. I think you're absolutely right. I think the England thing's probably done him good. Serious Talk says, Bruno, worst player on the pitch by a mile so far. Nick J says, you're a handsome man, a funny man, a great man. Love United, standing United, glory, glory. Thank you, Nick. And Max says, breaking news, the International Space Station has just been hit by a projectile. Astronauts later confirmed it to be Delo's shot in the first half. Thank you very much for those. And thank you very much for Dino, because I'd actually missed a few there. What about the fact that Ahmad won the ball to counter? We fixate on the mistakes, says Banned Substance. And it's nice that you're focusing on a positive. Wally Wilcox is too stupid to sign Bastoni, says Mitesh. Who's this Timo Ganacho for Bournemouth? Blonde, says Eddie Mack. Jimenez, isn't it? 40th minute. Bournemouth have got a free kick here. It's a long way out. I wouldn't shoot against Le Mans from here. See? Catches it. It was a good free kick, but he just caught it. It's actually a very good free kick. It's got dip, it's got power, it's heading towards the top corner, but look. I don't think you're going to beat him from there. Well, you didn't. I don't like Mbermo up front. I mean, it might work. You know, you might get a goal on the counter, but I don't like Mbermo up front. Luke Shaw with the block. Here he is. And again, Bournemouth win it. Let's have a look. Switch the play. Switch the play. Cunha. No, switch the fucking play. Should have passed there. Uh, 42 minutes. Truffert. That's an easy catch for Lamont. He's so steady, isn't he? Lamont. He's so steady. Not a good half, Mark. 0 goals against a bad and completely open Bournemouth is weak. I'm a little bit... You know what, Marlow? I think we have played well. You know, I think against West Ham, Everton, Newcastle away, I don't think we played very well at all. I think we have actually looked quite good here. But maybe the volume of players out... Oh, God, Delow's just been completely done there. And Le Mans again. I think... maybe the volume of players we've got playing out of position up front, it's just not as fluid as it could be. Because they are wide open, Bournemouth. We should be able to... And we're just constantly looking for this long ball to Mbermo as well. Stephen Willock says this game's as boring as a week in jail. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I mean, I wouldn't have thought a week in jail would be boring. A nice ball into Ahmad. Not starting an informed striker up front in favour of a non-striker isn't great management, says Kenneth. Right, here we go. Cunha. You've got to play the ball quicker. Why is Cunha not passing the ball quicker? He should have just gone to Ahmad ages ago. So lovely, that's a good ball. Ahmad, edge of the box. Bruno, another corner. Right on half time, score a corner. That'd be good. Do you think we could sign Stiller, Wharton and Tonali, says Mitesh? No. Sad thing is we can't compete in the Champions League with this, says Cullen. Thank you very much. I don't get how you bench your best striker, says Pistol. Are you looking forward to my return next season, says Andre Onana. Jack Brown says, I love Le Mans, but it was a very low bar to start. No, I think he's a very steady goalkeeper. Well, we've had a lot of corners, so it'd be nice just to put this one in before half time. Edge of the box. Luke Shaw, Mbermo, Bruno. Got to try and work across here. I think he's going to blow. Surely he's going to blow. It's only a minute. 5 seconds. Come on. Ref, that's stoppage time now. Blow the bloody whistle. And that's it. Half time. 0-0 at half time. What's your thoughts on that half, everybody? What is your thoughts on that half? Oh, I've just realised I've sat down and you can't see me. Yeah, look, I think we should be winning. I think I can't really say anything. Well, I'm interested to know what your thoughts are, because I think that obviously, yet again the fullbacks are dross. I would agree with that. They just offer so little going forward, and then defensively they're both very vulnerable. I mean, Delow's been skinned a few times, Luke Shaw as well. So defensively they're problematic, and then going forward they don't offer anything either. I think that Mainoo's played well. Bruno has been a little bit off, I agree, Marlowe, but you're just waiting for Bruno to do what Bruno does. Cunha's looked lively but drifted a little bit. I think the big thing for me is that when you look at the stats at half-time, which thankfully have literally just dropped up on the screen, 50-50 possession surprises me a little bit, but 11 shots to 5, 4 shots to 3, 5 corners to 4. That suggests to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that suggests to me that that's quite an equal game. And I don't feel like it has been an equal game. I feel like we should be winning. I feel like we've been the team on top. But look, football is quite simplistic at times, and I look at it and I go, you know what? I almost feel like Carrick is putting himself in very good position to get this job based on results, but is hindering himself with some people based on performance. Results are very good, but there's just glaringly obvious naivety in relation to Sesko. Like Mbermo up front, because you're hoping to get a pass in that he can run onto, isn't football, is it? It seems to me we've got Mbermo up front because we're just trying to hope that he gets a one-on-one. And he's very good in that position, but he looks lost. He looks completely... And this is the... However many... I mean, when has Mbermo had a good game up front since Arsenal and Man City? I don't think he has. Ahmad's struggling on the right, Mbermo's struggling up front. Sesko always scores. I'm just sort of like... Maybe, I don't know, it might be a little bit out there, but has anybody thought about starting Sesko and putting Mbermo on the wing and then dropping Ahmad? Because that, to me, it seems like in not picking Sesko, we're damaging 2 players. 3 players. In not picking Sesko, we're damaging 3 players. Sesko, who has to sit on the bench, Mbermo, who has to go up front, and Ahmad, who's struggling. Whereas you could put struggling Ahmad on the bench, put Mbermo on the right, Sesko up front, and you've only got 1 player there. So we're sort of making issues for 3 players when we could have it for 1. So, and look, before the game, people were saying Sesko's better off as a sub. You know, he's not as quick. He is quick. He's a focal point. We could hit the ball up to him, he can hold it up, we can put crosses into the box. We've had numerous corners. He's another aerial threat. Look, he probably comes off the bench and wins us the game. Let's get real. But I just can't see how we wouldn't be... I think it's like every time we haven't started Sesko for the last few games, I think we've got to half time and said, why didn't we start Sesko? West Ham, same thing. Everton, same thing. Bournemouth, same thing. And it seems every game we haven't started Sesko, we're all going, why didn't we start Sesko? And it's not because we're obsessed with Sesko. It's because Mbeumo is struggling up front and Ahmad is struggling on the wing. And to be honest, you've got Ahmad struggling on the right, you've got Mbeumo out of position, and you've got Cunha out of position. So a little bit of normality would probably help the team a little bit. But I do think, and a lot, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, or challenge me if I'm wrong, I actually think that's one of the best performances I've seen from United in weeks. I actually think that first half is the best first half we've had since Fulham. I don't think we had a very good half against Villa. Obviously, Newcastle was crap. And then, yeah. But maybe that's because the way Bournemouth play. They're not playing a low block. They're playing quite open. And but the fact that we haven't been able to put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, Bruno nearly did score. That was a very good save. But, yeah, I think if it sort of goes back to me, what I've been saying for a while. Somebody was saying before the chat, can we finish second? Well, whether we finish second or third or fourth or fifth, I don't think it really matters because I don't see this team taking anything else other than results from this year. I don't think we're going to take performance and vision from this year into next year. I think this is about the end of May and then this is over. Whether it's Carrick stays or Carrick goes or players go or players stay. This, whatever this is, ends at the end of May because we've got to rebuild in the summer. So I think for me, I look around that team and I'm like, we need fullbacks, we need midfielders, we probably need a left winger. I know we've got Dorgu to come back, but we should be winning this game really. So I'm not going to be too, well, I'm not negative anyway. I think we should be winning the game. I just think it baffles me why he doesn't start Sesko, but Jonathan Bell, thanks for your super chat. We're just giving the ball away too many times, says Tommy. I'd take Ahmad off for Mbeumo. We need more from the wings. Everything can't go through Bruno. Wingers must step up and support the attack better, says John. Luke Shaw is slower than a pensioner getting off the bus on a train, says Tom Morton. Bus in town. Unpopular opinion, fullbacks in the summer are more important than midfielders, says Mark. But I know we need both. Sesko should be on the pitch at half time. Evan Robbie says Mbeumo and Ahmad have certainly dropped off. Is this down to the reduction in training? They lack intensity. Ramadan is finished and Ahmad still sucks, says Bala. Shaw and Dalot must be the worst fullback pair in United's history, and Shaw without the World Cup motivation is like playing with 10 men, says Marlow. Right wing vote, Ahmad or Mbeumo, says JBS. Well, we do have the ability to request polls, so I will do that for you, JBS. I hate Dalot with a passion. We need new fullbacks. I don't like hate, but I don't think either fullback's playing that well. Can I just say as well, Bournemouth are crap. Like, I don't know how they've been unbeaten for 6 games because Bournemouth are crap. That's the big thing. Like, I think Newcastle played well against us. West Ham and Everton did quite well against us. Villa were okay in the first half. This is the worst team we've played since probably Spurs went down to 10 men. I think Bournemouth have been crap as well. Like, they're not playing very well. 5 crosses with no Sesko up front is one and only. Azor says, decent performance so far, but wasteful with our chances. Sesko will need to come on early. We need a clinical finisher up top. Why does Shaw and Dalot refuse to cross the ball, says Bear. And Carl Brown says, no disrespect to Carrick, but anyone in the world could have come in and put Bruno in the number 10 position, and we would always have a chance to win a game. We ain't playing great since Arsenal, says Carl. And Jimmy says, Mazraoui must be abhorrent or absent in training if Carrick keeps picking Dalot over him. 6 games in a row without leading at half time, says Milaz. And LMP says, Dalot is such a terrible player. I'm sorry anyone with any football IQ watching knows that we need to replace him as soon as possible. If we had good fullbacks, we'd be playing much better. And Sridge says, against which Premier League teams do you think we play this 11? Le Mans, Dorgu, Martinez, De Ligt, Ahmad, Casemiro. Well, I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know. How do I answer that? I don't pick the team and I don't know when they're going to be fit. This is a game where it proves we need a number 8 this season, says Mitesh. I enjoyed that half, says Lee. Sene is the regen of Courtois. He is a bit, well, Belgian, isn't it? Give me Sesko, says Pengas. Right, thank you for everybody who's been tuning in. Let me just say that actually I've been told that my bet builder is actually doing okay so far, apart from the fact that Man United aren't actually winning. So Man United to win, over 2.5 goals in the game. Sesko to score any time, can happen. Tavernier to have over 1.5 shots. He's definitely had one because he had the free kick. Casemiro over 1.5 shot, half a shot. I think he already has had a shot. Luke Shaw over 1.5 tackles. Casemiro to be booked. So I'm doing okay at the moment. Just a reminder, Boyle Sports early payout feature. If your team goes 2 goals up at any point, your bet is settled automatically there and then, no matter how the game ends. So if you bet on a United win and we go 2-0 up or 3-1 up or whatever, they pay out on the win, even if we don't win by 2 goals. Get involved with the early payout when you place your bet. Thanks so much to Boyle Sports for sponsoring the show. And of course, it's 18 plus only, UK and Ireland customers. Terms and conditions are in the description and on the screen. Please bet responsibly. Do you expect to sub at half time? No. I don't think he will. Alex says, thanks, Mark. Now that you've said Bournemouth are crap, they will beat us. Well, I tell you what, it's Friday night. Bournemouth score within 10 minutes of the second half. I mean, they can't be any worse. It's Friday night. I'm just going to grab myself my second beer. So bear with me. I'll be 30 seconds. Ha! You're having a bloody laugh. Okay, we're back. Mbermo is terrible in a 1v1. Ahmad ability makes left backs retreat. The biggest chance in the game from this situation. Delo needs to overlap more, says Gaul. Well, it was a Delo overlap that nearly led to the Bruno goal. They're thinking, you know, remember that show with Ainsley Harriott? Where he, was it Can't Cook, Won't Cook? Apparently, Netflix want to do a series with Delo and Luke Shaw and call it Can't Cross, Won't Cross. Which, I don't know what the concept is, but probably the best 2 people you could ever get. Bournemouth rely on draws. Didn't need to wash my hands, didn't go to the toilet. Bournemouth score with, thanks Mark, now that I've done that from Alex as well. I feel like we can get a few in the second half, just as long as we don't allow Delo to shoot, says Sam. Ahmad absolutely killed an attack with his first touch, says Pedge. Ahmad doesn't seem to feel all right lately, says Jabba. Kama Sutra FC, always inventing positions to accommodate players, says Rick. And if Bruno has 24 assists and 12 goals and gets us into the Champions League and wins the Portugal World Cup, is he a Ballon d'Or contender, says Gummy. I wonder where you were going there. I think he would be in them situations. I honestly don't see how Ahmad is struggling, says Nathan. And what do you mean? And we are just giving the ball away too many times, says Tommy. Tyrus has just gifted 5 memberships. You're an absolute legend, sir. Why do you have I Love Arsenal mug? They're all from That's Football. Actually, in fact, well done. I do need to move all them. Tyrus has gifted 5 memberships. Legend. Small pitch means press is going to happen. That should make balls over top to runners between the lines easier. Sesko will be good when comes on for Ahmad, says Chris. Thank you very much for your super chat there as well. Okay, please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. We are currently on 258,000, but we are, listen to this, we are only 7 subscribers away from 259,000. So please click and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock and we're live every evening at 8 o'clock. Be a very good show at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning because there's some big transfer stuff going around. Elliot Anderson from Romano, so we'll be discussing that as well. Don't forget, after the game, match reaction, fan forum, and then player ratings will be going out after that tonight. So get involved in that. As always, do your player ratings. Bit early to be doing your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Star for your man of the match. My man of the match at half time for Man United, which is a new section because I don't always do it. My man of the match at half time, let me know yours, is probably Cunha, I think. Cunha or Mainu, I think, have been our best two players. I wouldn't say they're amazing, but I'd say, yeah, I probably would say those two, yeah, if I'm being honest, yeah. 63% of you would play Mbeumo on the wing over Ahmad, 37%. Thank you very much for that. You know what? I said this about 5 minutes into the game. We just need to score first because Bournemouth are playing like a championship side. No Sesko at half-time. He's still sat on the bench. Oh, fair play. Lamons. They're saying Lamons as man of the match. Man of the half. He has had a decent half, certainly. Right, about ready to start the second half. Bournemouth to kick it off. Don't like the long throw-ins either. That can get in the bin. Yeah. There we go. I suppose the only fear is Bournemouth can't get any worse. Just reading a tweet from Beth. She says, how have we not scored? United are balling out here. Fair comment. Here's Cunha. He's got a lot of space to run into here. Could be a good start to the second half. Into Mbeumo. Drifted a little bit wide. Is it me or does Shaw not like passing out wide to Cunha? Noticed last couple of matches when he's been wide open, says Stephen. Smith, I'll go and have a look. Sesko on, Delo off. Love from Edinburgh, Mark. What, put Sesko at right back? Cynically insane. Welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Ahmad's been better in the first half, unlike Mbeumo, says Josh. Yeah, but Mbeumo's playing out of position. Look, I'm not saying Mbeumo's played well because he hasn't, but I want to see him playing on the wing. I think that's his best position. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris, says Pedge. What are chicken balls, says Jim Bag. You get them from a Chinese takeaway, and basically, it's like chicken. They're like chicken nuggets, really, but they're nice. Taryn says, what's the point of Delo? And thank you very much for that. Jim Bag says, Luke Shaw was our player of the season twice, and you talk about him like he's the enemy. Yeah, Jim, it's almost like you can change your opinion on a player, and if you won player of the year a few years ago, you're not immune to criticism. I don't know. It might be a novel concept, but that's just my theory. Got to convert chances doing not great, but good, says Late Take. David says that Bournemouth and Man United pitches are the same size. It's probably the camera that's deceptive, David, isn't it? Stephen says, is it me or does Shaw not like... I've done that one as well. Appreciate that. Cynically insane. Thanks for joining the Members Club and getting your badge in. You're a legend, sir. Luke, done that one from Jim Bag. Remember though, we have got people like Xerxes, we have got people like Mount, we have got people like Sesko. There's a lot of space out there. I could certainly see Mason Mount coming on and getting a goal in a game like this. I mean, look, Mason Mount is obviously a waste of space because he's never fit, but when he is fit, you know, he is capable of changing a game. I think that's part of the frustration. That's lovely playing to Truffert. It really is. He's up against Maguire, and Maguire did well to block it. Cunha's not quicker than Jimenez there, and he got back well. Luke Shaw is diabolical. How can anyone say he's not, says Chris Green. Sesko in, Delo out, and back to 3-4-3, says Esteban. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do that. What if he does the same next season, benching Sesko? He won't like it, says Pistol. Got to engage the press a little bit here. Oh my God, he ain't going to beat Delo for pace. Evan Nielsen there. Evan Nielsen must be one of the people in the world who can't beat Delo for pace. I think I found the only player in the world that can't beat Delo for pace. Evan Nielsen there didn't want it, did he? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel the show comments about preferring England turned you. Same for me. Yeah, they did, Lee. Yeah. I liked Luke Shaw before that, but that season, it just frustrated me, to be honest. Yeah. Another long throw in. Boo. Who's on the forum tonight? I'll ask the producer. They'll let me know. Well done. Le Mans punched it away. Well, that's not a foul because he punched the ball. It's unfortunate for the Bournemouth player, but he punches the ball, mate, so it's not a foul. Sesko in, Bruno out, Cunha on 10. Bruno is terrible, says Serious Talk. Oh, we're not turning on bloody Bruno again. That's just so staged. On the forum tonight, we've got Kev and Ricky. So Ricky is on the forum tonight. Luke Shaw masterclass, I think. Hold on, Mbermo. Oh, nearly. Oh, Luke Shaw's, he's got space. He might do something. He's won a corner. Well, we've had a lot of corners. It's about time we put one. Serious Talk my ass. Idiotic take, says Recon Guy. Yeah, two super chats going at each other there. Right, we've had a lot of corners, but we've not actually put one onto Casemiro or Maguire's head yet. He's given a goal kick. Corners haven't been all that tonight. I'm surprised. We're normally very good at them, but they've not been that great. Maybe it's the South Coast air. We're not getting the trajectory. This keeper has been outstanding signing. He has, Robert. He has. He's so steady. I mean, you know what, though? We did say that when we had Onana. Like, what a difference it would make if we kept De Gea or if we had a goalkeeper that was steady. He's just so steady. He just does the basics really, really well. Fantastic bit of scouting by Tony Coton, the goalkeeping coach at United. Absolutely fantastic. You know, obviously you think you're going to have to spend 40, 50 million pounds on a goalkeeper, don't you? And then you go and find one for under 20 million pounds who comes straight into the team. It's incredible bit of coaching. What's longer, the River Nile or the length of time Ricky will be defending Luke Shaw, says Ryle. And Man United under Carrick is enough to put any viewer to sleep. Take the artificial record against a weak Premier League side and we are nothing better than average. Third, I think not, says Constantine. But we are third. Don't rate Delo, but he's our third quickest player, says Jason. Did you get them all to do a running race? Moose One's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Sesko's warming up at last. Who was the hidden player Ben Jacobs said in January, says Os. And did he? Who we got linked to again the other day. I feel another Casemiro header is on the horizon, says KG. I think you're right. It feels like, it does feel like we do, we need something like that. Jimenez. Just wide. I think Le Mans had it covered. No, it's miles away. Miles away. Third in placement, not in performance, says Constantine. And Swag says, I visited the Hairy Lemon and stuck 50 rand on the wall. Well done. Lovely little pub, isn't it? And Aditio says, here comes the coach's favourite. Who? Is Ben Jacobs tier 1, 2, 3 or 4? I don't really believe in those tiers anymore. Because I think it's more about... I think some journalists are very good at certain things. Bournemouth are... That's a terrible cross. I was going to say Bournemouth are getting us... seem to be doing a little bit better, but they're not. They're playing bad. Mr. Sparkle says our midfield is awful. Remember Casemiro's on a yellow. There's Krupi. He's an interesting player, Krupi, for Bournemouth. He's not warming up at the moment, though. Carrick needs to be cautious with Mbeumo up top. If he's giving too many poor performances out of position, this could damage his confidence long term, says user IQ. And what's all this Bruno G talk? Don't take him, says FPS. Why? I think he's a good player. Are you going to do any vlogs for the Baller League, says Dan. I don't know, because we do a massive long live stream, don't we, as well? I suppose I could take my vlogging camera down. I feel like this has got a 1-0 United win, scrappy, written all over it, and I agree. Maybe like a Casemiro, winner. Will United's style of play translate to the Champions League, says Andrew? Well, I think it's really hard to judge United's style of play tonight because we're playing against a team that's playing so open, and we love playing against teams that are open because it's, you know, counter-attack, isn't it? Why are we playing so slow and without intensity game after game? And why is the passing quality so low? I don't get it, says Marlow. Here's Ahmad. He's playing really badly. He should be subbed, says Jim. And English by Eddie says, what do you think Le Mans' market value is now? Well, easily 40. He's easily doubled it. Oh, good cross. Ahmad just behind him. Bournemouth, I'll tell you what, Bournemouth have played very well there. They've got a lot of work to do, but they've got a ball on the right-hand side with Rayan up against Luke Shaw. And Le Mans again does his job, and it's a corner. Offside. Hypothetical, yeah, 40 million, I'd say. Andrew Manish, thank you very much. If Carrick insists on not starting Sesko, wouldn't put Cunha up front and Brian or Ahmad on the left. He bet on the left be better for everyone, says Mohammed. And why can't we trust our scouts for more like Le Mans, says Vib. Yeah, because the person who went for Le Mans was a goalkeeping coach. Lovely take by Cunha. It's moments like these that can lead to goals. Penalty. Absolutely stupid. Brilliant by Cunha. Incredible defending. And just game changer. Superb by... I'm almost stunned. Superb by Cunha. Absolutely superb. You talk about moments. He controlled it majestically. He's then gone up against two players and he's won a penalty out of nothing. It's incredible. Incredible. Great play by Cunha. That's what you pay the money for. I mean, it's stupidity by Jimenez. I don't know why he's done that, but incredible by Cunha. I mean, the control was magnetic, and then a bit of skill to go past the two players as well. Incredible. Incredible. Deserves to take the penalty, really, but Bruno ain't going to give that up. Timo Ganacho concedes the penalty, says Rob Dobson. And Irish Whiskey says, are they playing well? I'm stuck at work. I think we're good for the lead. Hopefully we're going to get it. I think Bournemouth have been really bad. And I think I'm surprised that it's took us this long. One thing that helps us a lot since Amrim is feel a consistent team selection each week, says Rask. And Bandit, we'll come back to that. Let's see Bruno score. Lovely penalty. 1-0. 1-0. Sent him the wrong way. And United lead 1-0. And it's Bruno Fernandes with the goal. And it's all from Cunha. Brilliant bit of play. Superb. And United leading 1-0. And deservedly so. We have been the better team. Bournemouth have really struggled. I think somebody was saying to me in the chat that Bournemouth have had quite a lot of 0-0s as well. So now we've got the goal. Let's relax a little bit, pick them off and get the second. The problem is not benching Sesko. It's not bringing him on till 75 minutes and then stopping to cross, says Bandit. Do you think Casemiro would take a 50% pay cut and get one more year as a squad player? We need depth and he can do a job once a week. Slazy, I appreciate the super chat, but the Casemiro conversation is dull. Like, he's not staying. It's a business decision. He's not staying, right? Thank you very much. So United leading 1-0. A moment of brilliance by Cunha. I mean, star quality. It's got nothing to do with tactics. It's individualism again. And how many times in recent weeks has individualism got us 3 points? Maybe you can build a future on that. He's having a great game. And this is the important thing. You know, you've got Bruno Fernandes in the team and you've got Cunha in the team. And they can just make things happen. Cunha epitomises Moments FC, but in the best way possible. He's capable of pulling magic out. Pengas, Cunha kept Wolves up last season. Like, on things like that. Not to jinx it, but I'm amazed how well you call the game. Same as Everton away game, says Shahin. Yeah, I mean, look, we might actually win it by more than 1-0 now because Bournemouth are going to have to attack more, and it should make it easier for us to exploit the spaces. There's still half an hour to go. Lovely ball by Bruno out to Ahmad. an interesting cross by Casemiro. And Cunha on the back post heads it over. I remember Coton playing for Watford, says Kenneth. He was at Man United as well. It's a clear dive from Cunha, really, Mark. Bad takes, is Constantine. I mean, you're the only person I've seen that Cunha dived. I've not seen anybody say that Cunha dived. Hal Badger says, sign Colombian throw-in prodigy Frey Bentos. He can open up defences, fill spaces, slice it, never overcooks it. He's the missing piece, says Hal Badger. Cunha's in again. Another corner. A win is a win. Let's go, says the Moose One. Thank you very much for being a member for 3 months. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. And Backlash says, by the way, Mark, I know Jimenez's dad. He loves United. Wow. Maybe. How did you and Robbie predict this game to go, says Ryle. Yeah, Robbie said United win and I said a draw. But I'm trying to catch up. He's got 3 points on me. So I actually predicted we'd win on the preview. And I predicted we would win here. But that was a tactical try to get an extra point. Because Bournemouth had drawn a lot of games. John says, I think Mainu's been incredible today. He's had a good game today, Mainu. He has played well today. If a shirt pull means I'm going to dive in the box, then you sure will. Soft, really, and you know it. Are you saying he hasn't dove? Biggest diver ever. I think it was a penalty, mate. Don't think it's a dive. Well, Liverpool go to Brighton tomorrow lunchtime. I don't think they'll win. Chelsea go to Everton. They might not win. And Villa play West Ham, having played on Thursday night. So another 3 points closer to the Champions League. Ahmad. Just lay it back. Just lay it back to Cunha. Just lay it back. I'm surprised they didn't give a penalty there. Ahmad wanted a penalty there. Ref said play on. Could have been a penalty. Moose One says we need more Premier League proven players. Next transfer window will be crazy for us. I cannot wait to see what the board does this summer. You're very positive, the Moose One. Oh, no! Oh, no! How is it 1-1? I mean, well, there might be a penalty at the other end. That's what I'm thinking, because Bruno's up at the referee. He's right on his grid. Could be a penalty on the VAR. Probably a bit soft, I think. I don't think that's a penalty on Ahmad. I think he's gone down a little bit too soft there. We might get away with it, but I think it might be a little bit soft. I mean, the Cunha one, he pulls his shirt. That one, he sort of pushes his arm a little bit. I don't know. So a lot of people saying Stonewall penalty. I mean, that's a good finish, that is. I don't know how that goes in. I mean, Le Mans can't get anywhere near it. Lots of people saying it should have been a penalty. And it's given, not a penalty. Goal given to Bournemouth. We need a more lively winger than Ahmad, says Alif. He pushes him over, says Kill. Yeah, but you know what, mate? It's a shame. It's a shame it's not been given, but you don't get many penalties for being pushed over. Like Maguire pushed their player over in the back, didn't he? It's not a penalty. So we need to be a little bit careful now because Bournemouth have got their tails up. I'm sort of in shock. I'm sort of in shock. Bruno, lots of time. Go on, Cunha, take him on again. Take him on again. No, he's won a corner though. Serious Talk says, how was that not a penalty? Don't get me wrong, but when will Bruno not take penalties every time? There are other penalty takers, says Henrik. Is that he's the only best one to take them? He did score it, mate. Jimbag says, Dove is a bird or a soap. Max says, Carrick's got no tactics. This is horrendous and he's got no idea. Strider says, that's on Ahmad, playing like a Kamala Harris speech, word salad and poor decisions. Had ages to pass there, passed to the good players, Son. I mean, look, he's took Mbermo off and he's kept Ahmad on here. I do feel bad for Mbermo. Do we not use subs? Says no. Well, we've got Sesko on now. We've got Sesko, Maguire and Casemiro. If Bruno can get a decent corner in, that looks good. Goal! Maguire! I told ya! I said it! We'd get one from a set piece. And there it is. Harry Maguire on the end. Bruno Fernandes with another assist as well. We are deadly at corners again. Again. Another corner. Another brilliant delivery. It's Bruno Fernandes. It's Harry Maguire. Where would we be without corners this season? Because we score a lot of them. But you know what? We've had enough this game. We've had quite a lot of corners, and it was only going to be a matter of time before Bruno Fernandes found Casemiro or Maguire, and there he did, right on the back post. No, it's not Harry Maguire. It's a corner. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. It's not Maguire's goal. He doesn't get anywhere near it. Fair play to Maguire because Delo's running with him. Maguire doesn't even touch it. He doesn't even touch it. He didn't even touch it. It's an own goal. Recon says slabhead. James Bond says clear penalty. If Bournemouth did not score, it would have been given. Move on, mate. It's not that deep now. Mr. BDA says I don't think we should look any further for a manager. Ball doesn't lie. Clearly a penalty, says Gareth. Oh God, still going on about it. Nick says Goldie called it perfectly. Cheers, mate. Well, let's not concede again now. Get the 3 points. Imagine celebrating when you didn't even touch it. Dan, Maguire's had us all off there. Fair play. He should win an Oscar. I was convinced he'd scored it. He ran away like he'd scored the goal, and all the players think he's scored the goal. He's not at one point has he gone, I didn't edit, it's an OG. He's just gone, Not Harry Maguire's goal at all. Bruno should get an assist, I think. Oh no, people are saying he won't get an assist because it's an own goal. Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh. Apparently he doesn't get an assist because it's an own goal. Well, look, if you think it's a penalty, then justice has been served. We should just win this game. I've not been impressed with Bournemouth at all. I think we've done quite well tonight. But there's still 15 minutes to go. Over the bar. I'm concerned about Mbeumo's lack of quality and form, says Marlowe. Bruno put that corner exactly where he put the one prior. Food for thought, says Fabregas. Hi Mark, absolutely love the channel and content, says Andy Mack. I feel midfield and fullbacks a priority for the summer. I'm sure everyone would agree. Thank you, Andy. Cheeky lad Harry should have claimed it with a knee slide, says Pengers. Sesko effect after 10 seconds. I did actually think he'd scored it, serious talk. I was going to go, oh my God, he's absolutely done it again. Stig says, fuck all the referees in the Premier League, I can't stand them. Then don't understand football. Every bloody week they show how bad they are. GB Gary says, poor Corner FC. Black Wolf says, what the hell are we, Stoke or Arsenal? And USB Connection says, MC only uses Sesko to get a go when he's desperate. I agree with Bad. I think Mbeumo is a fantastic player. He's just playing out of position. Can we stop the damn negativity? Who cares if Maguire celebrates? We just took the lead. Let's enjoy the fact we're relevant for top four. I don't think there is any negativity in the chat, Blanco, really, but thanks for your super chat. This is the United I like to see. Consistency says generated vibes. And the ball touched 2 Bournemouth players, so no assist! How did that not go in? Oh my God. I thought we'd just conceded a worldie again. I don't even know what happens. Scott. Oh, he's unlucky. Mate, we're lucky there. Bloody hell. He's hit the underside of the bar and it's hit the back of Le Mans and gone wide. Fucking what? People are saying, what a save. You having a laugh? It's not a save, mate. It is back. That was a great shot. We got away with one there. Unless he gets a fingertip on it, then I will be corrected. No, it hits the bar and then hits his back. Could have gone anywhere. That could have gone in. Can Bruno and Vitinha play together in the World Cup? Even Bournemouth players like Bruno's assist, says Alex. I just need one Sesko shot on target for £500, says Alex. Nathan, thank you very much. Bulbous Tip still going on about the penalty. He threw Ahmad like he was a toy. Do we have a gym at Carrington? We've only got a few players who don't get physically bullied. Been like it over years. Thank you very much. Dimitri says someone lock up Harry's passport. And Sam says neither Mbeumo or Ahmad have done enough recently, yet they start every game. Risk of complacency if Carrick keeps playing the same undeserved team. Thank you, Sam. Bournemouth starting to look a little bit desperate here. A lot of long shots. Don't need to turn the game on until the second half under Carrick, Bernardo. Thank you very much, pal. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, by the way. What? What? I thought he was going to book the striker. He sent Maguire off. I need to see a replay. I can't speak. I can't believe it. Well, he's trying to say it's the last man. I don't know. I don't know. I think look, to me that looks like give a penalty and not a red. I'm shocked. I don't think it should be a red. I agree. What's the difference between that and Ahmad's as well? There's not really a hell of a lot. It's the same foul. Joshua's absolutely correct. I don't think there's a hell of a lot of difference apart from it's depriving a goal scoring opportunity. I suppose that might be what the referee says, but I don't agree with the red. Come on, Le Mans. Oh, he sent him the wrong way as well. Fuck. Right, we need a Sesko. We need a Sesko goal here. We need a Sesko goal. Spiritual Bad says that's less than what Ahmad did. I'm in shock. I'm in shock about that. I did. You know. This is the thing about football. It can kick you in the arse. I did not see that coming at all. I think Bournemouth, it was a good penalty. I think Bournemouth have played badly. And I would not have expected them to score two. Joshua said same. Letting Bournemouth back into the game is bad, says Marlowe. Nathan says we're better off with Sesko. Aaron says he's enjoying his club. I'm absolutely shocked. I'm really shocked. I mean, I know I'm meant to be talking. I've done 10 years of watch-alongs, but double substitution. Agate's coming on, and Heaven's coming on. Casemiro's having a word with the players. Fabregas says the objective of a football match is to win the game right. Doesn't matter how. Get 3 points or go through to the next round. Oh, I tell you what, I'm in shock about that. I really am. Very, very bewildered is the word. I'm very, you know me, I'm very rarely like that. I mean, if someone makes a mistake, I'll be doing the analogy. If it's a great goal, I'll be losing my shit. But I'm actually just shocked about that, actually. I just hope we don't lose it. Why wasn't Trippier sent off the other night then, says James? Because they thought that Rafinha wasn't going to get on the end of it, so they didn't think it was a goal-scoring opportunity. But with that, they'll say Evan Nilsson was going to get a shot off and he's been fouled. It's a bit like the Rasmus goal last year in the Europa League. If you deprive a goal-scoring opportunity, no matter how soft, you can get a red card. I just think that's... give the penalty, but don't give the red card. I mean, in fact, don't give the penalty and don't give the red card. Even better. Recon Guy says, how's the game gone like this? Well, I have to see what the result is before I start talking about how we've managed it. Very similar to LaCroix at Old Trafford last week, says Finley. It actually is, isn't it? It actually is very similar because that was quite soft as well. Tom Grant says, but the issue is people are going to say, why didn't Ahmad get a penalty then? And I think that's the problem. If you don't give the Ahmad one, why would you give that? Ref, clearly a Bournemouth supporter or something, says Tom. Doug says make subs. Cub says, how's that a penalty, but Ahmad's isn't. Please do subscribe, by the way. We were very close to 259,000. I'm sort of... I will talk about tactics. I will talk about how we've performed. And that's what the match reaction will be for. But I think at the moment I'm more... I'm confused how Bournemouth have played so badly and have been able to get back into this game. I mean, twice. Twice we've led this game, and twice I would have thought we would win it. Serious Talk says P. Jamal as a joke. Can we get rid of VAR, says Playmaker. Agate and Mainu, not confident about the midfield, says Collie. Ahmad has not been great, so just Sesko and Bruno for attack. Can see a win here now. Can't see a win here now, says Collie. Ahmad staying on over Cunha is insane. I'm surprised he took Cunha off. It must just be tiredness, I suppose. I mean, what's Agate doing there? Why does he bring him on? The thing about Agate is we normally concede when he comes on. Mitesh wants to give Carrick the full-time job. Bit of a break. Give it to Bruno. Fucking hell, we should have given that to Bruno years ago. Oh, we've got to be careful here. Straight red for Harry also means he won't be available for the next 3 games, says Calvert. No, he will. He will. He only misses 1. Bournemouth on the attack. Maguire got spun, red card or not. We need to stop relying on players like him, giving them new contracts, says Nick P. I mean, that's the only negative I would say is that Maguire's in that position because... he's a little bit slow. Send the Bournemouth player off. Oh, yeah, definite red. Agate is a social experiment, says Ben. Carrick should not be the... Oh, no. Mitesh says Carrick should not be the permanent manager. Sorry. Man United average again. People in the chat. Can win a corner. Well, we haven't got Maguire and we haven't got Casemiro. Yeah, forget that. It suddenly feels a bit flat now, doesn't it? I felt like we were going to get one of those results where we don't play particularly well, but we probably just about enough to get, you know, result over performance. I thought we were going to do that, and maybe we still will. But now I feel like, you know, when you look at our away games, Newcastle loss, Everton 1-0 win, West Ham draw, Bournemouth draw. Very good at home, struggling to get over the line in away games. We're just going to have to park the bus a bit, I think, aren't we now? This is worse than... James, I'm not reading that. This is worse than Baller League. Wait till Monday night. Well played, Bruno. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it, Agate. Don't fucking start passing out from the back. Don't pass out from the back. Boot the fucking ball. Why are we trying to pass out from the back? Boot it. My God, just boot the fucking ball clear. We could have got distance on that. That was stupid. Why are we passing out from the back? We've allowed them to keep the pressure. Well away by main Heaven. The Viewer UK says, lucky tonight, Mark. I don't know. I feel in a sense we've been a little bit unlucky. Mark, read my comments at the start of the watch-along. Maguire at fault for both goals. Should never have started, says Niraj. On the bright side, you got the draw you wanted for Premier League predictions, says Robbo. I'd completely forgotten about that. Go on, Ahmad. Oh, Truffert. I tell you what, that Truffert's decent. We should be all over. We should be all over that Truffert. I think he looks really good. Nine minutes? Fucking hell, I don't know whether that's good or bad. 9 minutes? I was hoping like 3, but then I'm thinking... Bournemouth have got the longest unbeaten run in the league at the moment. Atwell is the same ref who cost us the Burnley game. Also, first super chat. Wanted to say thank you for the consistent hard work, says Haymaker. You're a legend, mate. Thanks for your super chat. Wayne says, best league in the world, but worst officials. We don't seem to want... Bloody hell, Yoro passing it back to the keeper. Just boot the fucking ball away. I tell you what, sometimes Route 1 is a great idea. And we don't seem to want to just blast the ball towards their keeper and get it out of our penalty box. How is Agate tied away already, says Slazy. I feel it's ridiculous that the PGMO won't give 2 arguably soft penalties for one team, then give the other team the same type of penalty. One was denied, says Liam. Mitesh says I said he shouldn't. I did go back to it, Mitesh, thank you. I blame Tuchel. The moment Barry got an England call up, a red card was inevitable, says Andrew. What did Ricky say about Shaw not making the England squad? And you could say Tuchel was unsure, says James. I don't like this little passing around that we're doing in our own sort of half. Bournemouth yellow card. Look, what I would say about Maguire is that whether you think he deserves the contract or not, his lack of pace in a back four, it's not even a criticism. His lack of pace has been there since he was 25. Like, he's never had pace. So you will have them situations with Maguire where he's the last man, that if they play the right pass, they will get in. So... you know, those sort of things can happen. Come on, Luke. Push it forward. Put a cross in then. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a corner. We'd love a bloody corner. Luke Shaw's cross was shit there. I've seen many a rigged game in cricket. Never thought I'd see one in football, says Bale with justice. I'm sure Xerxes would have been better than Agate, says Band. Even though we're down to 10 men, why have we gone so defensive, says Stephen. Well, that's Steve Holland for you, isn't it? We don't actually have anything apart from counter-attacking football, and when we're down to 10 men, we're not going to have any tactics, are we? Cross comes in, headed over the bar. Remember to do your player ratings, links in the description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I would say, realistically, probably, I think Mainu's had a good game. I mean, Cunha probably changed the game. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, but... please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. 50,000. I bet you're not all United fans, are you? A statement of a good manager is going to places like Bournemouth and putting in a dominant performance. Jury's still out on Carrick. That's from Irfan. Rub says, am I seeing this right? He's given a free kick to United here, which just alleviates the pressure a little bit. Went for a kebab at 1-2, and I've lost my appetite now, says Carlo. Mason Mount's going to come on for, I think, Ahmad. Don't get injured, Mason. You've only got 3 minutes. Would you want to play in the Sidemen charity match, says Generate. I don't think you're a Sideman, so I don't think your question's relevant, but I would love to have played in it, yeah. Mason Mount winner. Free kick. It's got to be worth just pinging it into the box, hasn't it, towards Sesko? No, well, they're going to play a high line, so Bruno might have to go short here. Mason Mount. Showing a bit of energy. Win a corner, win a corner, win a corner. Bruno with a shot. And there's a player down for Bournemouth now. He's been hit in the head with the ball. Ahmad's not played very well. Thomas says Carrick still gets the job. I mean, I still don't like that type of conversation, because when we come back, we'll beat Leeds and then we go to Chelsea and we might not win. Home record's good. Away record isn't good. 1 point, West Ham. 3 points, Fulham. No points. 5 points from 12 away from home. Why does Sesko not start, says James? I think this is a great point. I think in the first half, to go in at 0-0 is a little bit disappointing, because we did play quite well, but the team selection's probably off. I mean, look, we'll never know, but I feel if we started Sesko, we wouldn't have gone in 0-0 at half-time. Bring on Owen Hargreaves, says Bartley. How has it taken 96 minutes to take Ahmad off? My God, please get some managers on the phone. Steve Holland can get out. Why Cunha didn't stay on? Stupid. $200k for 2 minutes, says Ricardo for Mount. Just want Bournemouth to make a mistake. Don't let them attack. Do not let Bournemouth attack. Oh, stupid tackle. Who was it? Agate. Carrick equals boring football and making simple mistakes, says Love Hate Games. Good result for the Toon. Why? Well, because you can go above Bournemouth. Damn, how the 4, 5, 6th and teams got a chance. Damn, says Moose One. Managers change, but this team hasn't probably. Draw with Leeds, Brentford, then batter Chelsea and Liverpool, says Pengers. Bournemouth are going to whip this in. There can't be that long left, but... Surprised they didn't put the cross in there, Bournemouth, but they've got players now. Little dink to the back post. Bruno needs to win the header. And Agate gives a fucking corner away. I almost feel bad for Agate because everything he does, he gave the free kick up and now he's given a fucking corner up as well. Don't do this. Get it out, get it out. Yes, cleared it away. And that's it. 2-2, final score. United draw 2-2. Look, I think there's a few bits to take from that. I mean, look, I'll leave it for the match reaction in relation to... I think there's two sides to this story, to be fair. I think there is the strange decisions from the officials that probably haven't helped us out. But then there is also the fact that why are we relying on officials again? Like, yes, I personally feel that we've been robbed a little bit. But I also think that, you know, to go in 0-0 at half-time when Bournemouth were so bad... Tactically, again, I think we fell a little bit short and we're very reliant on individualism again. But that doesn't change the fact that I think it was a strange decision. And it is a shame. It is a shame. I mean, I don't know what that does for the league, just to get it up on the screen for you. Let me have a quick look. That's how the league looks at the moment. 55 points. Everyone's played a game. I mean, we're still in a good position. We are still in a good position. Chelsea are 7 points off us. Liverpool are 6 points off us. Villa are 4 points off us. But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get the 3 points. There's no doubt about that. If we're being completely honest. Don't forget to do your player ratings. We'll get over to the match reaction, of course. Lots to discuss. We'll be going through our review show next, final score. Make sure you join me there. But before we go, just a reminder, this watch-along has been powered by Boyle Sports. They have a special offer on at the moment. If you're new to Boyle Sports, bet £10 and get £40 in free bets. Details in the description. 18 plus only. UK and Ireland customers. Full terms are on the screen. Let's get over to the match reaction. I'll see you over there.